My incredible friend, I hope you are not wasting your precious life blaming others, endlessly replaying old narratives, and mistaking that persistent pain for your true identity. If you are, then this message will not bring comfort. It will sting. But sometimes a sharp jolt of pain is the only way to awaken someone who has been lost in slumber for far too long. Let me be unequivocally honest with you. You cannot truly heal if you constantly feed your wounds with self-pity and resentment. You cannot move forward if you remain trapped in the past, weeping over what has been and calling that sorrow your undeniable truth. And you will never become truly powerful if you are addicted to the comfort of feeling like a victim. This is your ultimate warning. Choose to be better or resign yourself to bitterness. There is no alternative path, no secret shortcut, no magical solution. There is only you, your choices, and a future that is rapidly slipping through your grasp. This message is not here to lull you with gentle music and empty, reassuring smiles. This is a stark mirror, and I am holding it up to you before it is too late. If you are ready to finally cease blaming, stop the tears, and quit running from your own reflection, then listen closely, because this moment could be the true beginning of your life. First, you must stop living in the past. I ask you this directly. How many more years will you spend grieving over events that are already over? You claim a desire to move on, yet you cling to your memories each night as if they were a comforting blanket. That painful breakup, that profound betrayal, that crushing failure, they are done. You possess no power to alter them. Your only power lies in choosing who you will become because of them. Here is a brutal truth. If you perpetually gaze backward, you will inevitably stumble over your future. It is akin to attempting to drive a car while only looking in the rearview mirror. A crash is guaranteed. Do you know why you feel perpetually exhausted? Because carrying the weight of the past is an unbearable burden. You are dragging a decade of pain on your back, then wondering why success remains an elusive dream. Consider Sarah, at 29, who failed her college entrance exam 3 times. Her friends progressed, but she did not. For 5 years, she repeated, "I could have been something if that hadn't happened." She blamed the system, the teacher, even the weather. Not once did she turn her gaze inward, until one day a shift occurred. She declared, "I am tired of discussing who I could have been. Let me become something instead." She enrolled in an online course, mastered graphic design, and within 9 months, launched her own freelance business. This transformation did not happen because her past changed, but because she ceased living there. You cannot erase the past, but you can absolutely stop sacrificing your future to it. Your potential future diminishes with every day you remain tethered to yesterday. So rise up, symbolically burn that diary, delete those old texts, and look forward, for your dreams await, but they will not wait indefinitely. Next, you must forgive yourself. This particular truth may be the most painful to confront. You have extended forgiveness to others. You have moved on from past relationships, from those who wronged you. Yet, you have not forgiven yourself. This is the most insidious form of suffering, for you are no longer angry at the world. You are angry at yourself. You label yourself lazy, You confess, I always ruin everything. You whisper, I will never be good enough. Then you wonder why your confidence lies shattered. Let me tell you something few others have the courage to voice. You are not healing because you still believe you deserve to be punished. Yes, you made mistakes. Yes, you caused hurt. Yes, you surrendered when you should have fought. But understand this, that version of you is already gone. The critical question is, why do you continue to bury yourself repeatedly? Kevin, a young man from New York, squandered 3 years of his life in addiction. He stole from his own mother, lied to his friends. When he finally got clean, he did everything right, secured a job, helped others, maintained sobriety. Yet, deep within, he harbored self-loathing. Until his counselor posed a profound question of, if someone else made your mistakes, but transformed their life as you have, would you forgive them? He replied, yes. Then she asked, then why do you not forgive yourself? Silence. That silence is a slow poison. You must stop punishing yourself for a past self that no longer exists. You are not here to dwell in shame. You are here to ascend. So, if you are brave enough, repeat this aloud, I forgive myself. I deserve a new life, and I will not permit my old self to dictate my future. Understand that desperation is a repulsive energy. Let me share a fundamental secret about life, about success, about love, and about people. Desperation is a potent poison. The more desperately you crave love, attention, or success, the more life recoils from you. Desperation carries the scent of fear. It broadcasts to the world, I do not believe I am enough. Therefore, please complete me. This is neither attractive, nor magnetic, nor powerful. It is frankly pathetic. And I speak this with genuine care, because if you do not rectify this, you will endlessly chase everything and attract nothing. Consider Jake, 26, who yearned for success with an overwhelming intensity. He implored influencers for promotions, direct messaged 300 people daily, and meticulously copied everyone else's content. He garnered no likes, no followers, no clients. Why? Because his energy screamed, please see me, please validate me, until he stopped. He focused inward, improving himself, building genuine value in quiet dedication, even teaching for free. 6 months later, people began to seek him out because he had become enough. You do not attract what you beg for, you attract what you become. So stop sending texts to that ex who ignored you. Stop pleading with the world to acknowledge you. Instead, make yourself undeniable. For when you shed desperation, the world begins to truly respect you. Becoming selfish is the best thing you can do. Let me utter a truth that society often wishes you would not hear. Being selfish might just be the most powerful decision of your entire life. You have been taught that selfishness is inherently wrong, that you must always give, always care, always be kind. But here is the unvarnished truth they will not tell you. If you continue to pour yourself into others while your own well runs dry, you will eventually die of thirst, and they will still demand more. You are not exhausted simply because life is difficult. You are exhausted because you consistently show up for people who never reciprocate. You answer every call, fix every problem, expend your energy, and shoulder burdens that were never yours. And you mistakenly label this as love, loyalty, or kindness. It is none of those things. It is self-destruction. You cannot rescue those who refuse to swim. You cannot mend those who do not wish to be fixed. And you cannot give what you no longer possess. Begin to be selfish. This does not imply harming others. It means fiercely protecting your time, your energy, your purpose. Reflect on the most influential people in the world. They do not agree to everything. They safeguard their mornings, their peace. They utter no far more often than yes, because they understand a fundamental principle. The more you give yourself away, the less of you will remain to live your own authentic life. Be selfish with your mornings. Be selfish with your vision. Be selfish with your healing because no one else will protect it for you. They will continue to take until you have nothing left. Then they will call you irrational for burning out. Let them label you selfish while you silently rebuild yourself. For when you finally choose yourself, the right people will appear, and the wrong ones will inevitably depart. And both outcomes are a profound blessing. Get comfortable being alone. Let us be absolutely clear on one point. If you cannot tolerate your own silence, you are not prepared for true power. People flee from loneliness. They dread silence. They keep their phones blaring, their minds perpetually distracted, their lives overflowing with noise. Because silence forces you to confront your deepest truths. I ask you, when was the last time you sat in complete silence? Without music? Without scrolling? Without messaging anyone? And experienced genuine peace? If that seems an impossible feat, then you are not strong. You are merely adept at hiding. Solitude is not a punishment. It is a vital preparation. Every formidable mind was forged in silence. Every great leader first learned to stand alone before ever guiding others. Do you perceive loneliness as a curse? No. Loneliness is the gymnasium where emotional resilience is built. Individuals who cannot bear to be alone are dangerous, for they will pursue anyone, accept anything, and settle for far less simply to escape themselves. If you desire peace, then sit with your internal chaos until it subsides. If you seek true confidence, then stop needing someone to text you back to feel worthy. Learn to take yourself out to dinner. Learn to walk without headphones. Learn to sleep without requiring someone to say goodnight. Because when you finally embrace comfort in your own company, you become unshakable. You no longer chase love, you attract it. You no longer beg for attention, you command respect. You no longer fear being alone, you fear losing your hard-won peace. If you fear loneliness, you will forever remain someone's prisoner. But if you master it, you will navigate life as your own formidable army. Seek knowledge as if your life depends on it, because it absolutely does. Here is a truth most people deliberately avoid. The world does not care how kind you are. It profoundly respects how sharp your mind is. Kindness without knowledge is a treacherous trap. Hard work without knowledge is a form of servitude. Ambition without knowledge leads only to frustration. If you do not actively seek knowledge daily, intentionally, obsessively, then you are not truly living. You are merely following. You are a puppet for the system, a laborer for someone else's dream, a silent victim of your own ignorance. You cannot triumph in a world you do not comprehend. And most people fail to comprehend the world because they never read, never reflect, never question. Why? They scroll endlessly, binge, watch mindlessly, and entertain themselves into oblivion. And they call it relaxation. Do you desire power? Then become an insatiable student of life. Study psychology so others cannot manipulate you. Study money so it does not control you. Study language so your voice becomes a weapon, not a timid whisper. You do not require a formal degree. You require obsession. You must read when others sleep. You must learn when others party. You must write when others engage in meaningless chatter. Intelligent minds govern the world. Uneducated minds are governed by the world. The more you learn, the less you will fear. The more you grow, the less you will beg. The more you know, the more you will realize the vastness of what remains to be learned. So stop waiting. Begin learning every single day, even if it is just 15 minutes. Because 1 year of focused, intentional learning can accomplish more than 10 years of confused, aimless living. Avoid toxic people or risk becoming one of them. Let me simplify this for you. If you linger near a fire for too long, you will burn. If you expose yourself to poison for too long, you will surely die. You do not rise by being agreeable to everyone. You rise by selecting your inner circle as if your very life depends on it, because it undeniably does. There are individuals in your life right now who are slowly, insidiously eroding your peace like termites. They may not physically harm you nor loudly insult you, but they drain your vital energy, scoff at your aspirations, make you feel insignificant, undermine you behind your back, and subtly convince you to settle for less than you deserve. And you call them friends. You call them family. You protest, but I have known them for years. Let me deliver a harsh truth. Duration does not equate to worth. Behavior does. You are not loyal. You are trapped. You are not kind. You are terrified of confrontation. And you are not healing. You are silently decaying in a toxic environment. If you wish to grow, then cut them off, block them, walk away, go silent. Not because you are rude, but because you are finally prioritizing your peace over perpetual pain. Steve Jobs, one of history's most brilliant minds, famously stated, "Surround yourself with people who challenge you, not people who bring you down." He did not achieve greatness by keeping toxic, jealous, or lazy individuals in his orbit. So why are you? If someone consistently makes you feel small every time you articulate a dream, they are not your friend. If someone celebrates your setbacks more enthusiastically than your triumphs, they are not your supporter. If someone gossips to you about others, rest assured they are gossiping about you too. And if you continue to permit this, you are no longer merely a victim. You are an accomplice. Get out, get far away, and never feel an ounce of guilt for safeguarding your own soul. Realize your worth and stop settling. I ask you directly, why do you persistently accept circumstances you intrinsically know you do not deserve? You accept that job that underpays you. You tolerate that relationship that disregards your fundamental needs. You endure treatment that makes you feel invisible. And you rationalize, convincing yourself, perhaps this is the best I will ever achieve. No. It is merely the best you believe you are worth. That is the true problem. You do not lack opportunities. You lack uncompromising standards. And when you lower your standards, life offers you only leftovers. Leftover respect, leftover time, leftover love. Because you have inadvertently trained the world to treat you like a discounted, inferior version of yourself. Here is an undeniable truth: people will not treat you better than you treat yourself. So, if you continue to say yes when your inner voice screams no, if you laugh at jokes that wound you, if you tolerate neglect as if it were love, if you take jobs that slowly extinguish your spirit, then do not be surprised when life reciprocates with pain. You are the architect of how people treat you. You are the magnet that dictates what opportunities find you. And you communicate to the universe what you are truly ready for, not through your prayers, but through what you unequivocally allow. Oprah Winfrey once wisely remarked, "You don't get what you want, you get what you believe." So, honestly ask yourself, what are you settling for? And more critically, why? Raise your price, raise your voice, raise your spirit. Because the only thing worse than being alone is being surrounded by people who make you feel utterly alone. The only thing worse than being financially struggling is working 10 hours a day for a job that systematically steals your soul. You are not here merely to survive. You are here to soar. But the heavens will not open for you until you stop crawling through the mud that was never meant for your journey. Heartbreak and failure are your superpower. Now, listen to me with absolute focus. If you have ever experienced profound heartbreak, if you have ever failed so catastrophically that you wished to vanish, if you have ever looked into a mirror and no longer recognized the person staring back, then congratulations. You are now truly dangerous. You are no longer fragile. You have touched rock bottom. And do you know what profound transformation occurs at rock bottom? You cease caring what others think. You stop pretending. You stop being weak. Heartbreak did not break you. It revealed who you truly are. Failure did not destroy you. It incinerated the illusions surrounding you, allowing you to reconstruct your truth. Do you understand how diamonds are formed? Not in comfort, not in peace, not amidst applause. They are forged under immense pressure, in profound darkness, through crushing pain. The same applies to you. Your heartbreak was your genesis, your rebirth. Your failure was your potent fuel. Those who never fail remain soft. Those who never lose never truly grow. But you lost, you wept, you blawed, and yet you persevered. That makes you unbreakable. Let me offer a powerful reminder. Michael Jordan, widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, was cut from his high school team. Stephen King's first novel was rejected 30 times. He discarded it in the trash, only for his wife to retrieve it. Lady Gaga was dropped by her record label before she became a global icon. What unites them all? They refused to allow failure to define them. They utilized it to sharpen their resolve and their unique abilities. So stop labeling yourself as broken. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are evolving into the version of yourself that pain was specifically designed to awaken. The pain you endure today will one day become the inspiring story that someone else survives because of your journey. So do not conceal your scars. Wear them as impenetrable armor. You have already conquered the worst. Now go forth and build the absolute best. Change your perspective on situations or remain trapped forever. Let me challenge your thinking for a moment. The situation itself did not destroy you. Your perspective on it did. You lost a job. Another person might declare, "Now I am free to discover something far better." You experienced betrayal. Another person might say, "Now I truly understand who is genuine." You failed. Another person might assert, "Now I know precisely how not to approach it next time." But you declared, "This is the end. This always happens to me. This means I am cursed. This means I am not good enough." Stop. Nothing in life possesses inherent meaning except the meaning you choose to assign to it. You cannot control every event that befalls you, but you can always control what it signifies to you. That is profound power. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who lost his entire family in concentration camps, penned one of the most impactful books of all time, Man's Search for Meaning. He endured torture, starvation, and witnessed unspeakable horrors. Yet he famously stated, "The last of human freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." He lost everything, but he never granted the world permission to shatter his mind. And you allow one breakup, one rejection, one failure to decimate your self-worth. Change your lens, or spend your entire life viewing the world through a broken camera. You believe your life is hard, perhaps, but perhaps it is your thinking that carries more weight than your actual circumstances. If you cannot alter the external, then alter your internal angle. Because the true victors in life are not merely those who were fortunate. They are the ones who stared pain in the face and transmuted it into undeniable power. Realize you can change your life at any second. This might be the single most crucial truth in this entire message. So, listen with every fiber of your being. You are precisely one decision away from an entirely different life. Not 10 years, not 5 months, but one single second. The very second you declare, "I am done accepting this. I refuse to live like this any longer. I am no longer this version of myself." In that precise second, the old you begins to wither and die. The chains that bind you begin to fall away. The pervasive fog in your mind starts to dissipate. A new, vibrant energy awakens within your body. Do you believe change requires a vast amount of time? No. Change demands unwavering commitment. Time is merely the echoing consequence of that initial, powerful decision. There are countless individuals who awoke one morning and never touched alcohol again. There are those who were cheated on, wiped away their tears, and launched $1 million business the very next year. There are people who suffered from depression for a decade, and then one day they screamed, "I cannot bear this pain anymore." And that scream transformed into a mighty sword. What are you waiting for? Permission, a perfect day, a motivational quote. Stop. This is your permission. This is your moment. This is your second. Look around you. Examine your life. You meticulously constructed all of this with your thoughts, your choices, your fears, your ingrained patterns. But this also means you possess the power to dismantle it. You can rebuild it. You can walk away from it right now. Not tomorrow. Not after one more heartbreak. Now, because the new empowered you is not waiting for a flawless plan. The new you is patiently waiting for the old you to finally get out of the way. Start a healthy lifestyle, both inside and out. Everyone yearns to feel better. Everyone desires to be stronger, sharper, calmer, more focused, more vibrantly alive. Yet, very few individuals genuinely commit to nurturing their body and mind. Let me share a truth most people conveniently ignore. You cannot fundamentally fix your life if you are operating with a broken body and a poisoned mind. If you consume garbage, your thoughts will mirror that garbage. If you consistently sleep only 4 hours a night, you will inevitably lose self-control. If you never move your body, your mind will become sluggish, reactive, and prone to depression. This is not mere laziness. It is profound chemical chaos. People attempt to alleviate depression with retail therapy. They try to cure anxiety with excessive caffeine. They seek to fix deep trauma with fleeting vacations. No, begin with simplicity. Wake up and drink a glass of water before you even glance at your phone. Move your body, even if it is just a 15-minute walk. Eat something wholesome and real, not artificial, processed substances. Meditate, not just for peace, but for power. Say no to sugar, to endless scrolling, to sleepless nights, to shallow, draining people. Because if your physical body is ailing, your spirit cannot possibly ascend. And when your body begins its journey of healing, you will start to remember who you truly are. Your healthy lifestyle is not primarily about aesthetic appearance. It is about achieving crystal clear thinking. It is about safeguarding your mission. It is about remaining formidable in a world that subtly desires your weakness. Do you aspire to become mentally unbreakable? Then diligently care for your gut health, your energy levels, your sleep patterns, your emotional landscape. Because the most successful individuals do not pursue this for superficial reasons. They do it for clarity, for control, for unwavering consistency. So stop uttering, "I am too busy to be healthy." If you are too busy to stay truly alive, you have already lost the most fundamental battle. This is your machine. This is your temple. This is your ultimate weapon. Treat it as such, and it will carry you to a version of yourself you never even conceived existed. Realize when it is time to let go. This truth is difficult to absorb, but absolutely essential. You are not stuck. You are simply afraid to release your grip. You persistently try to repair what is already irrevocably broken. You relentlessly pursue people who have already departed. You continue to water dead plants, then wonder why nothing flourishes. Let go. Let go of that old friendship that consistently drains your vitality. Let go of that dream that no longer aligns with your evolving self. Let go of that identity you constructed in your pain. Let go of that version of yourself who only knew how to survive. Letting go does not signify surrender. Letting go means, I love myself more than I love this destructive cycle. And yes, it will hurt profoundly. You will cry. You will miss it. You will question your decision. But one day, you will awaken with a profound realization. I was not losing. I was shedding. I was creating vital space for something infinitely better. Here is the undeniable truth. Most people fail to grow because they are too preoccupied clinging to what they have already outgrown. You cannot stride confidently into your future with hands still clutching the debris of your past. Consider Jeff Bezos, the visionary founder of Amazon. When he abandoned his lucrative finance job to begin selling books online, everyone around him labeled him insane. He relinquished comfort. He relinquished security. He relinquished a predictable life so he could construct a future no one else possessed the foresight to see. And now he has fundamentally transformed the world. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. Letting go is a powerful act of self-leadership. So here is your crucial test. If it consistently costs you your peace, it is unequivocally too expensive. Release it before it contaminates everything you are striving to build. Be delusional. That is how winners are made. I am about to utter something that most people will find incomprehensible. Being realistic is precisely what is keeping you financially struggling, emotionally depressed, and utterly invisible. You constantly refer to yourself as a realist, as if that label embodies profound wisdom. No. That is merely fear disguised as logical reasoning. You declare, I cannot achieve success. I never attended college. I cannot launch a business. I lack the necessary connections. I cannot fundamentally change my life. I have always been this way. That is not truth. That is a pre-written script, a self-imposed prison, a deceptive lie that sounds superficially reasonable. You need to become profoundly delusional. Delusional enough to wholeheartedly believe you can accumulate millions from the confines of your bedroom, that you can heal from deep trauma without a single person applauding your efforts, that you can entirely rewrite your life story at any age, at any time, regardless of your past background. Do you think that sounds insane? Let me awaken you. People are becoming millionaires by posting simple food videos, by playing video games, by teaching foreign languages, by reviewing shoes, by drawing on iPads, by discussing mindset principles. They believed implicitly that they could long before anyone else believed in them. They posted content when no one watched. They sold products when no one bought. They practiced relentlessly when no one applauded. And now they are free because they were delusional enough to believe they did not require anyone's permission to achieve greatness. Be so utterly delusional that the world laughs openly at your aspirations. Then, with quiet, unwavering determination, prove them entirely wrong. The most formidable person alive is not necessarily the smartest. It is the one who believes in something so profoundly that absolutely nothing can deter them. So go ahead, be audacious, be dramatic, be too much, because that is precisely where monumental breakthroughs reside. If you desire a safe, predictable life, then by all means, be realistic. If you aspire to a legendary, impactful life, then embrace your beautiful delusion. Create a routine and adhere to it as if your very life depends on it. Let us be brutally honest. Without a meticulously structured routine, you are not in control. You are merely attempting to survive perpetual chaos. Your days dictate your actions. Your fleeting emotions dictate your decisions. Your phone dictates your attention. Your cravings dictate your choices. And then you wonder why you feel lost, perpetually behind, exhausted, and frustrated, because you awaken each day without a coherent plan and miraculously expect to achieve success. You scroll through social media before you stretch your body. You consume food before you hydrate your system. You chase trivial notifications before you relentlessly pursue your core mission. You are reactive, not powerful. But the instant you construct a routine and commit to it with military-level discipline, everything begins to transform. Not merely your productivity, but your fundamental identity. Because every single time you adhere to your routine, even when you absolutely do not feel like it, you are actively training your brain to declare, I keep my promises. I show up. I do not negotiate with weakness. That is not just a routine. That is an indispensable weapon. Let me illustrate the stark difference between average and elite. Average individuals declare, I will do it when I feel motivated. Elite individuals declare, I will do it because it is what I consistently do. No debate, no procrastination, no unnecessary drama. Kobe Bryant did not become a legend because he trained only when he felt inspired. He trained when he was utterly exhausted. He trained at 4 a.m. He trained until pain became his familiar language. Why? Because true success is not a singular event. Success is a meticulously followed schedule. You do not ascend when life feels effortless. You ascend when your routine remains unyielding and solid, regardless of external circumstances. So, construct 1. Establish a consistent wake-up time, a dedicated workout time, a focused work block, a strict no-phone zone, rejuvenating sleep rituals, and regular mindset resets. Then, protect it with the ferocity of someone whose life depends on it. Because it does. Your grand dreams will never flourish in chaos. They thrive within well-defined systems. And you construct those systems through unwavering discipline, not fleeting emotion. Realize that nobody can make you feel anything. You choose it. Let me utterly dismantle a pervasive lie you have been living with. She made me angry. She broke my heart. They made me feel like a failure. No, they did not. They performed an action. You, and only you, assigned the meaning to that action. This is not victim blaming. This is the profound essence of mental freedom. No one possesses the ability to control your inner world unless you willingly hand them the remote control. You do not become angry simply because someone uttered a phrase. You become angry because you chose to believe the negative interpretation of that phrase. You do not experience heartbreak because they departed. You experience heartbreak because you told yourself the narrative that their departure signifies you are now insufficient. Here is the raw truth. People can inflict pain upon you, but only you possess the power to decide how long you will bleed. Do you comprehend the immense power that liberates you? If someone hurls an insult at you and you refuse to allow it to penetrate your mind, it holds no power whatsoever. If someone ghosts you and you decline to take it personally, it does not diminish your inherent worth. If someone achieves success and you refrain from comparing yourself, you remain undistracted and focused on your own path. It is your choice. That is emotional mastery. That is formidable mental power. That is precisely what renders an individual truly formidable in life. not cold, not cruel, simply utterly in control. Consider Nelson Mandela, incarcerated for 27 years. He emerged from prison not with bitterness, but with an unwavering spirit of love and reconciliation. Because even within the confines of his cell, he meticulously controlled his thoughts, his emotions, his interpretation of his circumstances. He famously declared, "I was not a prisoner. I was preparing to lead." You do not have to be in a physical jail to be a prisoner. Most people are locked within the confines of their own minds, desperately pleading for someone external to unlock it. But only you possess the key. So, declare this to yourself every time pain attempts to engulf you. You cannot make me feel weak. You cannot make me feel less. You cannot break me unless I willingly hand you the hammer. Nobody is coming to save you. And that, my friend, is a profound gift. This particular truth will sting, but if you truly absorb it, your entire life will undergo a monumental shift. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Not your family, not your friends, not your romantic partner, not your idol, not even the universe itself. It is simply you alone in the metaphorical dark with a broken heart, a heavy mind, and a dream so fragile it instills fear. And you have been waiting for a sign, waiting for a miracle, waiting for someone to finally notice your suffering. But they will not, because this battle has always been and will always be exclusively yours. Here is why this stark truth is, in fact, a gift. The very moment you cease expecting to be rescued, you finally begin to move. You finally stop uttering, "They do not support me. They do not understand. They should have helped." And you begin to declare, "This is my life. I will build it. This is my pain. I will heal it. This is my dream. I will protect it." This is the precise moment where the victim within you dies and the powerful warrior is born. Every morning, your alarm clock sounds. You are presented with two choices. 1, rise and confront the day. 2, hit snooze and evade responsibility. But here is the deeper truth: one day, no one will set that alarm for you. Not your mother, not your teacher, not your boss. It will simply be you facing the decision: do I rise and build my life, or do I delay yet again? An alarm clock is a seemingly small object, yet it serves as a profound mirror of your entire mindset. If you constantly wait for someone else to prod you, you will perpetually lag behind. But if you train yourself to rise, even when it is arduous, you become utterly unstoppable. Because life does not send out gentle reminders. Opportunities do not patiently wait. And nobody will enter your room to declare, "Hey, it is time to fundamentally change your life." That responsibility rests entirely with you. So the next time the alarm rings, do not merely hear it, truly feel its summons. It is not just rousing your physical body. It is testing the very fabric of your future. Nobody is coming, but the alarm is. Get up, show up, rise, even if no one is there to applaud. Your life is your responsibility. No one owes you anything. Let us conclude with the ultimate impactful blow, the one truth that unequivocally separates the weak from the unshakable. Yet no one owes you a good life. No one owes you happiness, love, or peace. Not your parents, not society, not the government, not life itself. You entered this world crying empty and utterly clueless. And that was your designated starting point. From that point onward, everything is your unwavering responsibility. It is your job to heal from what shattered you, to learn what they never bothered to teach you, to forgive what you never deserved to endure, to build what you were never provided, to walk alone when no one chooses to accompany you. Do you genuinely believe you were meant to be handed your dreams on a silver platter? No. You were bestowed with a magnificent brain. You were given a capable body. You were granted a fiercely beating heart. Now use them. Do you aspire to be powerful? Then embrace full, absolute responsibility for your life. Not blame. Responsibility. There is a crucial distinction. Blame declares, "It is their fault I am broken." Responsibility declares, "It is my job to rebuild myself anyway." Tom Bilyeu, the visionary founder of impact theory, famously said, "The day I realized my life was 100% my fault was the day I became free." Freedom does not stem from doing whatever you please. Freedom emanates from doing what you absolutely must. So, stop lamenting for fairness. The world does not grant you what you believe you deserve. It grants you what you take responsibility for. Your life is a complex business. You are the sole CEO, and if it fails, no one else is terminated but you. This truth is not cruel. It is a crown of immense power. Wear it. My incredible friend, if you have listened this far, I need you to internalize this loud and clear. You are not broken. You are actively becoming. You are not too late. You are precisely on time. And you are not powerless. You are exactly one decision away from an entirely different life. No more waiting. No more blaming. No more weeping for people who failed to celebrate you. You were intrinsically built for more. But you must consciously choose it. So, starting today, release what is slowly destroying you. Forgive what lies behind you. And diligently construct what is patiently waiting within you. The world does not require another silent, subdued soul. The world desperately needs you fully awake, fully alive, and finally in control. Be the person you desperately needed when you were in pain. Be the unwavering warrior your younger self was earnestly praying for. And do not ever stop again.